Hello, welcome back to Inside Out with Kris. I am your host, Kris Burns, and we are doing 5 minutes of power today. And the topic today is you cannot, babe, manifest what you don't feel worthy of. Now, I want to talk about the unconscious mind for a minute, which, as you guys will know, if you've been in this space for a little while, we operate from our unconscious mind 95% of the time. So why we do what we do, we're operating from our unconscious. And our belief system literally was fundamentally created between the ages of 0 and 7 years old. Between 0 and 7 is where you discovered who you are at your core. And that also tells us that you discovered what you're worthy of when you were between 0 and 7, which is wild, right? So if you're not doing the real inner work, if you are not actively on this journey of self-discovery right now, I want to invite you to start today. And what you can do today is this. You can start looking at your self-worth. Do you feel worthy? Because if you can do all the fucking vision boards that you want, you can do all the fluff and all the pink and all the pretty and all the affirmations and meditations and breathworks and blah, 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 you can go and do all that. But let me tell you right now, you are not going to manifest the life that you want by saying over and over again, I want a Range Rover, I want a Range Rover, I want a Range Rover, if you actually don't believe that you're worthy of having the Range Rover. If you actually don't believe that you're worthy of having money, if you don't believe that you're worthy of being successful, you cannot manifest this lifestyle or the lifestyle that your dream might be. It could be moving to Burleigh Heads and never wearing shoes again. I don't know what the lifestyle is that you want to achieve, but if you don't actually believe that you're worthy, you can't possibly believe that you're worthy of having the things that you want. It's not, so like manifestation is not just about mindset and saying I want, I desire, I feel, right, and affirming and reinforcing this belief system externally using your voice, right? And this is a lot of the stuff that you see online. It is about embodiment. And if you are not embodying self-worth, you cannot manifest the life that you want. I cannot say that more. If you are not believing and building the evidence of I am good enough, I am worthy, I love myself, you will not be able to manifest fucking nothing. And yes, is there a place for manifestation? Absolutely. Because the ladies that love themselves, the ladies that believe they're worthy, the ladies that are doing the work, they are manifesting their dream life, right? But you have to start with loving yourself. You have to start with building evidence that you are good enough. And that means releasing old patterns, releasing limiting beliefs, releasing the things that no longer serve you, because your self-worth is the energetic blueprint for what you allow in. I'll repeat that one more time. Your self-worth is the energetic blueprint for what you allowed in. So your unconscious beliefs will continue to sabotage your desires if you allow them to. This comes down to your choices, right? So you can sit in a place of dismissive behaviors and avoidance where you're like, oh no, I'll never feel that way, and still waste your time doing the fluff, doing the pink stuff, doing the fucking affirmations in the mirror, which they have their place. Let me tell you this as a coach that tells clients to do these things, yes, they have a place. But if you're not actively doing the work to build self-worth, you are never going to be able to manifest what you want on that vision board. You are never going to get what you want because you don't believe that you're worthy of having it, babe. So I want you to lean into today, do I believe that I'm worthy of having the things that I want? And if I don't, how can I make the changes within myself? How can I make the changes within myself to go and discover what is it that is going to allow me to feel worthy? What does worth mean to me? Where do I start with my worth? When was the last time I felt worthy? I can guarantee there's probably a little memory that might pop up from when you were young. If you think about, let's do a quick visualization, because we only have 5 minutes, so there's about 60 seconds to go, ladies. But let's just do a quick visualization. I want you to think back to a time when you were about 7 years old and take a really big deep breath and think about that time for a second. And there's a memory that comes up. Think about what you're wearing. Think about who you're with, and you believe you're worthy. You believe you're enough. You believe that there is no limit, that you can do all the things that you deeply desire. Now that you've found it, I want you to sit in that. And now I want you to say out loud to yourself, I am worthy. I am enough. I deserve to have the things that I want. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, because that, my darling, is step one. It is just step one to building evidence that you are worthy. And I would love for you to start utilizing that process often. often. Because if this is the start of your journey with building that brick wall of self-worth, that is just one tiny little brick. And we need to keep working at that. There are so many things in your life right now where you don't feel enough and you don't feel worthy. And I'm curious, can you overpower and reinforce that your worth is a priority right now? If you're curious about working with me, drop into my DMs. If you're curious about learning more about your self-worth, drop into my DMs. I would love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. If this landed for you, I would love if you can share this conversation to your socials, and don't forget to tag at Inside Out with Kris. Don't also forget to hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss next week's conversation. Bye.